Here we are back again. I want to answer a couple of questions that were brought up. Again, this is the foot switch that I use, and here is the switch that's toggle switch that switches between full speed and variable speed. If it's in full speed mode, as soon as you touch it, it goes off in full speed, and when you push it back down, now it's adjustable. The other thing is it was asked if this was had both shafts driven, and it is both shafts driven. Both the top and the bottom shaft are driven. So I'll show you some bead rolling now. Here's a narrow die that I've made. Do some narrow beading. Adjust it deeper. And if you want to go deeper than that, you can adjust it down some more. See, it raises it up quite a bit. You can still go even down more if you want. There's another V die that I made. It's kind of deep. You can adjust the depth on it and make it as deep as you want as you go along. Just make a shallow groove. Adjust it a little bit. Make it deeper or adjust it down some more. Make it even deeper. The deeper it goes, of course, it's going to make the panel a lot more rigid. Here's another real thin die that I made with ultra high molecular weight plastic die. For tipping, you can either use this one or that deep V that I used a minute ago. You just put it in there and push up on it, and then follow however you want to go. When it begins to bend it, you just continue to push up a little higher. And you start to bend the metal a little more. It's almost a 90-degree there. As you can see, you can use this die also in conjunction with this to do the same thing. I'm going to change the bottom and show you that you can actually make this tip up further. As you can see, I have the other die on there now, and this will allow me to go up even further. With the amount of bend. Actually, I used a flat one in here. It would drive it further into the groove, or you could make a narrow groove and do it with that. But you can get it so it'll fold all the way over, and you can put a wire in there if you wanted to. Here's another. This is one of the dies I used before, and this is I got a real thin groove in there, and this one will allow it to fold that up quite a bit. See, you can bring that around. You could take two flat dies and roll this back down, crush it, and make this a rigid seam or a hem around there, like they call it. This is the work table I talked about on the other video, and these are the embossing dies. So I'll show you how they work. Basically, we're using a piece of aluminum because it really shows up great on aluminum. It also does on steel, but this is going to really look nice. Basically, move it around. Now, when I did this, it raised it up, so this is the higher side. So what I'm going to do is turn it around, because we want this area raised and the stuff beside it will be not as raised. So you turn it around to start again. And as you can see, this is the raised area, with each place where I ran a bead is recessed down there. But basically, you can do anything you want as far as turning this around and you see, if you continue to go, whichever side you do, remember, so you have the raised area in the center, that makes it more pronounced. See, this one now this is lower than this here, this is higher. Just depends on which side of the dies, and with this one you can actually adjust the dies if you want one side or the other rather than go in the opposite direction. That ends this episode.